is a radio host, businessman. He's a motivational speaker. He's Jarrett Payton, former NFL and CFL running back. Played at the U and co-host of WGN Radio's The Beat program, son of the Hall of Famer, Walter Payton. Good to see you again, bud. How you doing?
What's going on, sir? How you doing?
How's morale in Chicago? If I said, Bears fans, you should feel this way, how do you think they would feel?
I think super excited about what's to come. I think maybe...
Don't use the word super. Let's just say excited, because super sounds like Super Bowl excited here.
I mean, if you talk to some fans, though, Dan, that's they're just hoping for something that is going to, I don't know, just out of the box a little bit. I think that we're excited because offensively, Dan, we're in a place right now where we haven't never been before, with a quarterback that has the potential to have those special abilities that are similar to me. I'm just saying this to me, Patrick Mahomes-esque, of watching some of the clips and watching some of the practices, right? He's got that feel. And offensively, you have weapons on the outside as well that you can throw to, and DJ Moore and Keenan Allen and DeAndre Swift in the backfield. So there's a lot of optimism for what the future could look like. My issue is I feel like we've been here before. And I think that's the hardest part for Bears fans, is that we've had the quarterback before that we think is the guy, and we get over our skis. And I think we got to taper it back a little bit and understand that Caleb Williams is still a rookie.
That's no fun, Jarrett.
I know,
no fun. They won't do that.
But we have to change it up, Dan. We have to. We have to here in Chicago. Taper back expectations just a little bit. We can be excited, but let's let this young man grow. And I think what Ryan Poles has done is he's built a roster. He's changed this roster around. These are his guys now. And we're at a place where I feel like we actually have some stability and some foundation to build on. Probably my biggest issue and biggest concern is the offensive line. Can they find a way to be able to stay healthy there, to give Caleb Williams the opportunity to throw the football? We've seen what the other side looks like, and when Justin Fields was here running for his life, and that's just not going to do it and cut it for a future if we're talking about a division that has gotten a lot stronger.
Well, let's handicap the division. Lions, number one.
Yes.
Where do the Bears rank with the Packers?
I mean, that's the unknown. If you're looking at, Jordan Love and what he did this past season, I think you got to give the edge to that team up in Wisconsin. You have to, but still, I think we're on the cusp. But defensively, that's what I love. I love the fact that defensively, this Bears defense has the ability to pick up where they left off this past season. And with a lot of young guys, especially on the back end of that defense, the swagger is there. That's what I love. I love the swagger being there, because when you think about Chicago Bears football, you think about defense, tough nose, hard nose, run after you, hit you hard. That's what I'm hoping for. So I think they're probably third, if I had to say, in my opinion, and then Minnesota being last.
Where were you on Justin Fields a year ago?
I'm still the biggest Justin Fields fan. I will always be. I always felt in my heart that he had something special. I don't believe, and just in my opinion, that the Bears did right by him by making sure the pieces were around him, developing him like he probably should have been. And when I look at other quarterbacks in the NFL, especially these young ones, it's about who's coaching you as well. And for Justin, some of this was his fault. Some of it was, the organization maybe giving him the right pieces or teaching him the way that he need to. But he said it, Dan, in that one interview last season where he was like, dude, I just got a lot going on. Like, it's too much going on in my head. How do you find a way with a player that is telling you that? How do you slow down the game for him to make the game easier? And I just don't think they were able to do that. And hence the reason why he's gone now and with the Steelers. And I'm hoping that this is his opportunity, like that he gets out of Chicago, he clears his head, and he gets an opportunity to become that player that he hoped that he was going to be here.
Yeah, I'm with you on Justin Fields. I would buy the stock. I just think you have to have consistency in the coaching, offensive coach, head coach. And if I put Justin Fields on that roster this year with the Chicago Bears, we would probably be seeing something a whole lot different than what we saw in the preceding years.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's a lot of pressure. I think that's the reason why I say taper it back just a little bit because we know it's going to be even more on Caleb Williams, the first overall pick, for an organization in a city that is just starving for a franchise quarterback, like starving. They're salivating at the mouth like they're about to eat deep dish pizza here in Chicago, Dan. That's how excited fans are right now.
He's Jarrett Payton, radio host in Chicago and co-host of WGN Radio's The Beat, and of course, son of Hall of Famer Walter Payton. You were at the Hall of Fame ceremony coming up this past weekend. Pretty emotional for a variety of reasons, I'm sure. But how did you process everything being in Canton again?
Dan, it was I've been having a hard time explaining what the week was like in Canton because at the hotel I was staying at, there was just a bunch of goats with gold jackets down in the lobby grazing, talking to one another. And it's just like, you got to take your phone out and just take videos. But 31 years ago, I was there as a 12-year-old and my sister was 8 and I was inducting my father into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. And we go back. This is actually my third time back. I went back when Urlacher went in to cover it for WGN TV. And then I go back this time with my kids. My son's 12 and my daughter's
Oh,
8.
wow.
So, yeah, it's just my mom was there for the first time since, 93. And I mean, the reason why I was there was emotional. Steve Mongo McMichael has become like a father to me over the years. And the fact that I got a chance, his battle with ALS, that he came to me and said, listen, I want you to do this for me, speaks volumes to our friendship and also to just the person that he is. And I, I was honored. And I know that there's just not a lot of people, Dan, that have done this twice. I think Papa Bear Palace did it twice. I know Al Davis did it twice. To be in that rarefied air of doing two induction speeches is pretty cool. And also being the first son to induct his father. So there's a lot of history there for me. But the cool part was seeing Mongo get in and then also being around all the other goats and hearing them talk to me about my dad. And then also hearing like Tony Dungy and Tony Baselli talking to my son saying, you know what, your grandpa I was out on the field to watch him. And then Tony Baselli, I said, man, I wish he was here. And Tony goes, no, we wish he was here. Like, you don't understand. We wish that he was around so we could sit and just watch him and talk to him. And it showed me the respect level that my dad had in the NFL and also amongst the greats.
And you were with Devin Hester in Miami, weren't you? Part of
Oh,
your college career?
yeah, I was with Devin and I was also roommates with Andre Johnson. Andre and I came in the same year in '99. So this is how I know I'm getting old. It's not only about getting Steve into the Hall of Fame, but my old teammates are now going into the Hall of Fame. And so to see those guys with their gold jackets and know that I was a part of their journey, man, there was all the feels in Canton over the week. It was pretty cool.
Did you know Andre Johnson was like it feels like those who were playing with him and against him said it was different. It was like a grown man against, high schoolers.
Yeah, we were actually there. We were talking about that as the rain was falling down at the hall, and we were sitting underneath the hall, and they didn't know what was going on, if they were going to get the ceremony off, and what they were going to do. We were all just talking about it, and I told Patrick Willis, I said, I when I saw the VHS tape that they sent to the house of all the commits that year that was coming out with me, that a lot of guys were on there, Clinton Portis, Philip Buchanan, but when you turned on the film and you saw Andre Johnson, it was something different. The ball would leave out of screen, and then all you would see is this big, huge dude run underneath it and catch like a 90-yard bomb. And I was like, I knew from the moment that he stepped onto the football field that he was different. And you could just tell by his build too. When
Yeah.
he walked into a room, he was just different.
What's the coolest thing behind you?
Probably this. My dad's the replica of the Lombardi Trophy. It's probably the coolest thing. Other than that, up behind me is also my first touchdown that I scored with the Titans against the Texans. So I keep that one close to me as well. And then the 100, also my dad, the 100 NFL 100, that the thing that they had, kind of little sculpture that they had, that's up there as well. So
We'll check in with you during the season. I'm sure there's going to be headlines coming out of Chicago. Hopefully some good ones there, Jarrett. It's always great to talk to you.
always great to talk to you, Dan.
Jarrett Payton, radio host and former NFL, CFL running back, and also co-host of WGN Radio's The Beat program, and, of course, son of Hall of Famer Walter Payton. You imagine being 12 years of age, and you're up there in Canton introducing your dad. And then full circle, you go back, and your son is 12 as you're there as well, introducing, inducting Steve McMichael as well. Pretty cool stuff there.